Hello friends, welcome back to this English course on parts of speech. Today's lesson is all about pronouns. In the last video, we discussed the pronouns, personal pronouns and reflexive pronouns. In this video, we are going to talk about indefinite pronouns, interrogative pronouns and demonstrative pronouns. First of all, let us find out what indefinite pronouns are. Indefinite pronouns are those pronouns referring to one or more unspecified objects, beings or places. They are called indefinite simply because they do not indicate the exact object, being or place which they refer to. Indefinite pronouns include pronouns such as any, anybody, anyone, either, neither, nobody, no, someone and some. They also include pronouns such as every, all, both and each. And finally, they include quantifiers. Please don't be scared on hearing the word quantifiers. It simply means the word that expresses quantity. They are any, some, several, enough, many and much. There are just two important rules for using indefinite pronouns correctly. Remember these and you will find that writing comes easier for you. Indefinite pronouns are never plural. They are always singular. Since indefinite pronouns are singular, the pronouns or verbs used to refer to them should also be singular. Let us see some examples. Somebody ate my sandwich. Everyone says Minnu is a beautiful girl. No one wants to hear about my health problems. Either choice has its advantages. Okay, now let us try some exercises and I'm sure these exercises will help you gain greater understanding about how indefinite pronouns work. I will give you some sentences in which indefinite pronouns will be missing. You will have to find out the appropriate indefinite pronouns from the list given after every sentence. Let us see the examples. Number 1. Dash is making my computer act up. Here you are given options: anyone, something, each, everyone. Out of these, which indefinite pronoun do you think is correct? Of course, it is something. Something is making my computer act up. Example 2. Does Dash know what's happening tonight? Anybody, anyone, someone, or all these? What may be your answer? Of course, the answer is any of these we can use. All these are correct. Suppose if you say, does anybody know what's happening tonight? Does anyone know what's happening tonight? Does someone know what's happening tonight? All these are correct. Another example. I don't know dash of the answers. Anyone, any, everyone, no one. Which do you think the correct answer? It's nothing but any. Finally, one more example. Dash happens for a reason. Everyone knows the answer. Can you say that? You are given the options: anybody, everything, somebody. The answer is everything. Everything happens for a reason. Okay, now let us move on to interrogative pronouns. What is an interrogative pronoun? An interrogative pronoun is a pronoun which is used to make asking questions easy. Your asking questions will be made easier with these interrogative pronouns. Otherwise, interrogative pronouns help us to ask questions. There are 5 interrogative pronouns. Each one is used to ask a very specific question or indirect question. Some such as who and whom refer only to people. Others can be used to refer to objects as well as people. Once you are familiar with interrogative pronouns, you will find that it is very easy to use them in a variety of situations. You will know for certain that a pronoun is classified as an interrogative when it is used in an inquiring way, because interrogative pronouns are found only in questions and indirect questions. The five interrogative pronouns are what, which, who, whom, and whose. Now, let us see the uses of these five interrogative pronouns. The first one, what, is used to ask questions about people or objects. Say, what do you want for dinner? I wonder what we are doing tomorrow. What is your friend's name? What time are we supposed to be there? Next interrogative pronoun is which is used to ask questions about people or objects. Which color do you prefer? Which of these ladies is your mother? She asked which train to take. Which seat would you like? Next interrogative pronoun is who. This interrogative pronoun is used to ask questions about people, only about people. Who is that? Who was driving the car? I'm wondering who will be at the party. Who is going to take out the trash? We can use this interrogative pronoun in this way. Next interrogative pronoun is whom. This interrogative pronoun is rarely used these days, but when it shows up, it is used to ask questions about people only. Whom did you speak to? Whom do you prefer to vote for? You should ask whom to call. Whom do you live with? See, here in this interrogative pronoun whom, we can replace this with who. That's why it is not used commonly these days. Like in these four examples, we could ask like, who did you speak to? Who do you prefer to vote for? You should ask who to call. The same way, who do you live with? We can ask these questions in this way as well. That's why this pronoun whom is not commonly used these days. The next pronoun is whose. This pronoun is used to ask questions about people or object, and it is always related to possession. Let us see how it is used in sentences. Whose book is this? Whose parents are those? I wonder whose dog bit Suresh? Whose phone is that? These are the ways in which we can use the interrogative pronoun whose. Now let us move on to demonstrative pronouns. A demonstrative pronoun is a pronoun that is used to point to something specific within a sentence. These pronouns can indicate items in space or time, and they can be either singular or plural. That, this, these, those are demonstrative pronouns. They take the place of a noun or noun phrase that has already been mentioned in the sentence. This is used for singular items that are nearby. This is used for multiple or plural items that are nearby. That is used for singular items that are far away. And those is used for multiple or plural items that are far away. Let's check out some examples. This is the best thing I have heard all day. If you think roses smell nice, try smelling these. A house like that would be a nice place to live in. Why don't you try some of those? Those aren't swans, they are geese. There are just 3 rules for using demonstrative pronouns correctly. Remember them and you will have no difficulty using these surprisingly interesting parts of speech. Rule number 1. Demonstrative pronouns always identify nouns, whether those nouns are named specifically or not. For example, I can't believe this. We have no idea what this is in the sentence, but it's definitely something that the writer or speaker cannot believe. It exists even though we don't know what it is. Rule number 2. Demonstrative pronouns are usually used to describe animals, places, or things. However, they can be used to describe people when the person is identified. Confused? Let's see the example. This sounds like Chippy singing. And here, this refers to Chippy, and that person who is singing is identified. That's why we used this in this sentence. Rule number 3. Do not confuse demonstrative adjectives with demonstrative pronouns. The words are identical or alike, or they are the same. But demonstrative adjectives qualify nouns, whereas demonstrative pronouns stand alone. When you see the example, you will understand that well. Let's see the example. Demonstrative adjectives. That car belongs to Murali. I will take these sandals. In these two sentences, that car and these sandals, these two, that and this in these two sentences, they are talking about that particular noun. In the first sentence, the car, and the second sentence, the sandals. Now see the demonstrative pronouns. I bought this from home. Those are beautiful flowers. Here in these two sentences, this and those, they do not talk about the nouns, but they stand alone. So this is the difference between demonstrative adjectives and demonstrative pronouns. And finally, before we conclude this video on pronouns, let me give you a small tip on the use of demonstrative pronouns. Avoid using the phrase these ones or those ones. Instead, simply use the demonstrative pronouns these or those. That's all about pronouns. Well done guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a better understanding of indefinite pronouns, interrogative pronouns and demonstrative pronouns in English. It's very simple, still keep practicing because practice makes perfect. Thank you for watching my video and please do watch the rest of the videos. See you in the next video.